presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo slave ship. What the fuck he do for blacks in his administration? I'm waiting, patient like a saint. Black, Hispanic, Native, they hate your ass the same. Paint Christ in they image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate African soul niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lie sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under your honor, ain't he murdered by them and got a hug from your honor. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priest bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ICE agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game, put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves. Chose by the Lord, we could never be the same. Soon as they born, the wicked go astray. They left the truth, they wasn't with us anyway. Niggas weak, they just saying anything to be truthful. We don't want no cowards anyway. Look, coronavirus, that's a plague. You don't get too much sleep when you waking up the dead. First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. Came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
I got you. Let it rap real quick. Look. City eyes. It's time to Bogart. My God, a real nigga. Cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shot in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation voltage and fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. The colder than the avalanche, way above average. My friends taste sweet, told them make me an apple crisp. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Child, come on, man, dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evanston with Mark Quad. Telling me how the crackers turn his childhood to a ghost town. Poke a stop, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, so tangy. Try to warn them niggas we bear arms like tarantulas. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems. I really see profits under this banner. Made my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty Diana. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo. Spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Waldo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Hate me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride around with Yara down, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone never since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
All right. Get this straight real quick. All right. So let's go ahead and clap it up. Y'all Bashim Yam Shah Brakatha to the brothers. Y'all Shamar Atham Bashim Yam Shah to the sisters. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York. And since 1969, we have been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans their true identity according to the Bible. All right. We have been dispelling the lies of the Christian church. Like you get this right. Dispelling the lies of the Christian church since 1969. No other organization has been doing this, and we are not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. This is the ISUPK Gary, Indiana. I am your host, priest and officer of 50, holding it down for Mondays. The water for everybody that's tuning in. I know I'm starting to get used to these early classes. Usually my old times was like 5, but we just gotta make do. So the water for everybody tuning in with me. If you have to slave, I'm glad to be that voice that'll keep you sane, because trust me, I know how it is at the slave. All right. So for today's topic, we're gonna be going over how the oppressor is the devil, then, now, and forever. He will never change. Never change. And you seeing that in today's time. You thinking in 2025, because we not, in chains and in shackles, and we not, in slavery, which we still are. If you're thinking that you're not a slave in 2025, you're a damn dummy. Oh, my bad. Let me get that correct. We in 2026. If you think that you are not a slave in 2026, then you are a damn dummy, and you really don't want to face the truth, because the truth hurts, and then you'll realize that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And it doesn't just go for the white man, it goes for every other nation that's not the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. So if you are not a Black, Hispanic, or Native American, you are a oppressor, you are a heathen, according to the scriptures. And not only that, the Most High, his laws don't pertain to you, which is why you can go out, you can do whatever. You got these cultures that believe in worshiping trees, and cultures that believe in, having intercourse with minors. If you are not a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American, then you are not part of the children of Israel, and you are a heathen, and the Most High does not deal with you like how he deals with us, which is why you can see us in the street. You can see us the way how we are in America. We are a destroyed people. Slowly but surely, we coming back to it. Rockatha Yahweh shot to the internet, to all the brothers posting out content, to brothers that's constantly educating, just making short videos, posting them on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, every social media platform to push this truth forward. So slowly but surely, we are coming back to our culture. But as of now, the majority of us, we are in a state of this. I don't want to say destrucity, because I don't even think that that's a real word, but we are in a destructive state, which is why in 2026 you still got people telling you that it's okay to smoke marijuana and smoke cigarettes. You got people telling you it's okay to finesse your brother, to go be a 304, to go wear revealing outfits. You had Pastor Jamal Bryant try to defend his wife. Ain't no telling what she doing behind the scenes. You saw how she came out with that dress. I mean, I'm like, damn, I'm sinning just looking at this. Because at the end of the day, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are in a state of being destroyed. And what we need to do is start to come back to our culture, our true identity. All right. So if you're watching, like, share, comment on this stream. We're gonna go ahead and dive into some topics here. You know what I mean? We're gonna go ahead and dive into some topics. All right. So right now, the big thing that's in the news right now, the US bombed Venezuela. And not only did they bomb Venezuela, they took their president and his goddamn wife. What type of nonsense is that? Have you ever heard of another country? Well, yes, you heard of in history where they would go and they would take like the leader, take the women, do all types of nonsense over for the sake of what? For the sake of what? Oil. We have seen this in history where our oppressor is a thief. He's a liar. Now, for the last couple weeks a month, they've been saying that they're gonna go into they going to war with Venezuela because of drugs, right? Because they were bringing in fentanyl on them boats and they was just killing them. They was just killing five fishermen boats, and apparently the men that was on them 5-man fishermen boats that couldn't even fit them. Apparently they was bringing in so many drugs that they had to unalive them, right? That's what Trump said. So now they went into Venezuela, bombed Venezuela, went in, captured their president and his wife, and now they're saying that they're going to take over the oil in the country. If you're new watching this class, let me go ahead and let me let you know this. They lied about that. It was always about oil. It wasn't about no damn drugs. They don't listen. If they really wanted to go to war with people that's dealing drugs in the country, they got to go to war with themselves because the white man is the ultimate drug dealer. All you got to do is come up to Michigan. They got dispensaries everywhere. Isn't marijuana a drug? Doesn't it impair you? And plus, we know in the Bible not to do that. That's against our culture to use marijuana, smoking it in that aspect, and edibles. Anything that you think is recreational, no, no, no. You're not supposed to do it. But they went into this country, bombed this country, killed all types of innocent people, so many casualties, so many, kill all these casualties, went against our Venezuelan brothers over there, and now they taking over the oil. They stole it. He's stealing it. He's literally stealing it in your face. In your face, he's coming in there. He's saying, well, it's about the drugs, and they bringing drugs from Venezuela. Unalive them, then went in the country, stole the president and his wife, and now he's saying that why are they taking over the oil? What the oil got to do with the drugs? The drugs is gone now, right? You done unalived everybody that was coming over here in the fisherman boats. Problem solved, right? Now you got to go into their country, steal the oil because that was the original game plan to begin with. They always wanted the oil. The oil was the main objective. So today, in today's class, we'll be diving over some things. First and foremost, we're gonna get in more into depth about what happened, just in case if you're one of them people that you don't watch the news, you just love to party. You don't like watching the news. You love to party. You love smoking weed. Anything that's dealing with real life scares you. Well, today's class is gonna get real scary because we're gonna break down the history of why the United States goes into these countries, what's the importance of oil. All right, it ain't just what you put in your car. All right, it's a little bit more to that. The economic importance of it. We're gonna go into depth about what really happens. All right. So, first article right here. Slacky, let me go ahead and get this up. First article right here. Why did Trump attack Venezuela? First and foremost, let's get into that. All right. I gave you a little backdrop, but we're gonna go ahead and get straight into it. All right. This is from USA Today. Everybody probably heard of USA Today. That's a good little news article there. The United States conducted an early morning strike in Venezuela on Saturday, January the 3rd, and captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. All right, so that's that dude that you've been seeing wearing that gray Nike Tech. Y'all thinking that it's just a meme. Y'all thinking, oh yeah, it's funny. Oh, he got a Nike Tech suit on. What you finna see, a lot of things that you don't wanna really admit to is going to happen. There's going to be a war. We're coming up on a war. Don't just think that that's past, and we're so no, we're going right to where we need to be, and that's a third world war. All right, when you go into a country and you capture their leader, that's an act of war, and what they did was an act of terrorism. All right, after being captured, Maduro and his wife Celia Flores were taken to New York to face charges. The large scale strike against Venezuela was done in conjunction with U.S. law enforcement. President Donald Trump said in a post on Truth Social just after 4 a.m. on Saturday, January 3rd. It's lucky. Let me go ahead and turn this up. Attorney General Pam Bondi called Maduro and his wife two alleged international, okay? International. That means that what they alleging them on, they took this from this place and that place and this place. International narco traffickers. So they are accusing the president and his wife of being pretty much the biggest drug dealer. The people that's accusing them of that are the biggest drug dealers, but they accusing him of being, the biggest drug dealer. And in a post on X on January 3rd, Maduro has been indicted on charges of narco terrorism conspiracy, cocaine importation conspiracy, possession of machine guns and destructive devices, and conspiracy to possess machine guns and destructive devices against the United States. Now, think about what they did. They went and bombed Venezuela, right? They went and bombed them. How many people were unalive during that? Shouldn't the United States got blood on their hands too. Shouldn't they be held on? You know what I mean? Shouldn't they be held, liable for as many people as they probably unalive when they was doing them them bomb strikes? Think about that. And destructive devices and conspiracy to possess machine guns and destructive devices against the United States, she said. The attack comes just more than a month after Trump designated Maduro and his government allies of a foreign terrorist organization, and it also comes 36 years to the day from when the United States captured Panamanian dictator Manuel Noriega. The last time the U.S. made such a bold military action in the region. All right. I want to drop down. It's a piece that they actually went back in 2016. Hopefully I can find it. Back in Okay, so back during Trump's first time, I'll just go ahead and paraphrase it. Trump was actually caught talking about how if they took over Venezuela's oil, how how profitable it'll be for the United States. Seems like it's not popping up for me right now, but when I do come across that, I will read it. President Trump has challenged the legitimacy of Maduro's 2024 election and accused the Venezuelan president of trafficking drugs into the United States during the first Trump administration. Maduro and more than a dozen other current former Venezuelan officials were indicted and indicted no, and indicted by the United States in March 2020 that might be indicted, Salaki, for drug trafficking charges announced by then Attorney General William Barr. All right. So, okay, so this is pretty much the crux of what he want. That's what the white man is a liar. What he wanted everybody to be like. It's a war on drugs. It's a war on drugs. Okay, but this is where it says it. As part of the administration's ongoing efforts to prevent drugs from flowing into the United States, Trump declared fentanyl a weapon of mass destruction on December 15th. All right, so that's pretty much it on this. Here's the thing. Except for trying to combat people bringing in drugs into it, because guess what? Y'all got blood on your hands for being the you are the most infamous drug dealer white people are. All right. How about you train people to not take it? Because his thing is, and General Muhammad brought this out in his class recently. There's so many white people around here that's on fentanyl, that's on opioids real bad. Why aren't you putting them in jail for being on those drugs That way, that'll encourage people not to take it, except for going and blowing up Venezuela. Fentanyl is still in here. No matter any small town city that you live in, trust me, all the whites there are on fentanyl. Trust me. But that's it on that. Uh oh, one more thing. Subsequently, Trump ordered a blockade of ships from entering and leaving Venezuela, and the United States seized several oil tankers exiting the country. If this was a war on drugs, why is y'all concerning yourself about the oil? That's like, okay, so it's an infamous drug dealer here. I'm just giving y'all an example. And his house is full of 50 million PlayStations. All right. You arrest the drug dealer, you could just confiscate the PlayStations, but you're taking them for what? What are you taking them for? Like, what are they doing with these oil? And they specifically said oil tankers. Like nothing else. They can have 50 gold bars on there. They want the oil. They want the oil. All right, let me make sure that that's in on that. All right. Yeah, so that's it on that. This right here, this also, I'm dropping down to the second part here. This really goes and talks about why there is tension between the United States and Venezuela. Anybody who watching right now, I'm just giving y'all a little backstory of what's been going on. Because right now, everybody ha ha he in at the President Maduro, wearing a gray Nike tech. Everybody ha ha he in. Oh, United States, they went up in there and they took the leader. Well, this is only setting the sparks, which is going to eventually blow up for what we know is going to happen, which is a war is coming. War is coming. All right. Slide you. Take a sip of this. The situation is really more of the United States exerting pressure to oust Maduro. Following the first drug boat strikes, Trump said in October that ground strikes in Venezuela could come soon. We are certainly looking at land now because we've got the sea very well under control. And this is what he told reporters on October 15th. All right. A socialist and a handpicked successor of the late Hugo Chavez, Maduro has said Washington has plans to take control of Venezuela's oil reserve, which are the largest in the world. And that's what it's about. They got the largest oil reserves in the world. But Trump just masked it like, oh, y'all bringing in drugs. Y'all bringing in fentanyl. We got to take war on drugs. But yet, while they doing that, they taking all the oil rigs. Y'all could just leave them alone. It'll be somebody else that'll step up to power. Go ahead and if it really was about drugs, get the drug dealers. Y'all got all this espionage, all this technology to look through walls. Y'all got the drug sniffing canines and the drug detecting where y'all can literally detect if it's in the wall or something like that. Use that, find the person, call it a day. But y'all over there taking oil rigs seems a little suspicious to me. Maduro has said Washington. Oh, so Trump said he talked to Maduro a week ago, and a Venezuelan leader was attempting to negotiate. I said, "You have to give up. You have to surrender," Trump said, speaking on Fox News. We had to do something that was really more surgical, which that was really much more surgical and much more powerful. It ain't nothing for a white man to enact his power by killing somebody. It gets them riled up. And we go get into some scriptures a little bit later on, talking about our oppressor being a devil then, now, and forever. All right. Do. Yeah, that's it on that. That's it on that. All right. So now we just read what really was the backstory between all of this. All right. So ha ha he in, you know, jumpsuit or not. What's happening right here is setting the precedent of a war to come. It's setting it right now, right in front of your eyes, right in front of your drug-filled eyes. All the weed smoke, you're thinking that you just go smoke all the pain away. No, now it's time, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, to gird up your loins, man, and look this stuff right in the face and see what it is. You can't just sit there and try to do as many drugs, you know, mess with a lot of prostitutes, be a prostitute, you know, be selfish in this day and time. Because now this place is coming to a end. It is coming to an end in 2 seconds. All right. This is coming to an end in 2 seconds. And you can't just sit there and try to ignore it because it's gonna show up on your front doorstep. You see what's gonna happen. You see what's happening. They just bombed Venezuela to take the oil. Really, it was about the oil. All right. So this is the New York Times right here. All right. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. So this is what Trump really wanted to do. Now, this is the whole reason why he wanted to take the oil. All right. This is going to give you the reason why Trump wanted to take the oil out of Venezuela. All right. And this is coming from the New York Times. Trump long wanted to take the oil. He says he'll do it in Venezuela. That's what the title says. The White House had pointed to drug trafficking and migration as reasons to crack down on Nicolas Maduro, but oil emerged as central to President Trump. All right. While he was out of office, President Trump mused Slovakia. President Trump mused about what would have happened if the United States have taken control of Venezuela. So what I was talking about earlier, this is the actual article on that. So while Trump was out of office, this is when I'm assuming when Joe Biden was in office, he was like, "Oh man, if we took Venezuela, we got the oil reserves." So he was already plotting, taking crafty counsel, like we should do it. We should take the oil. We should go up in that country and take the oil for ourselves, and then turn around and said that they gonna run the economy and try to bring the economy back. No, they not. No, they not. They're gonna go up in there, take the oil, don't care about nobody, and then go about their merry way. They're not looking to help anybody in this. Nobody in this deal is getting, the good side of this deal. You know what I mean? We would have gotten all the oil, he said at a speech at the North Carolina Republican Convention in 2023. So he was already plotting this and putting this in everybody's heads. It says it right here. We would have gotten all that oil. So in his heart, he like, I want it. I'm gonna steal it. I'm gonna take it. We could have got all of it, not just a little bit of it, but all of it. See, the white man is a greedy bastard, man. Not only do he want a little bit, but he wants all of it. He has to have all of it. You know what I mean? It would have been right next door. Wow. He's saying that this would have been right next door. Like this would have been an easy thing to do. We would have gotten all of it. All right. On Saturday, Mr. Trump made it clear that he now intends to follow through, which is him dropping them bombs, taking over the oil reserves, and saying that the United States is going to run it better. In the last year, as the Trump administration built up pressure against Nicolas Maduro, the Venezuelan leader. The president and his top aides said that the aggressive U.S. actions were necessary to curb drugs and migration from the country. So bombing a goddamn country is going to help people from coming into the United States. That's like what his tactic was is so disturbing and gross. Because in order to curb drugs, that's like a drug dealer being on a block, right? All right, and he a famous drug dealer. And everybody know this specific trap house is where all the drugs from. His solution would be bomb the whole goddamn block. Even the people who ain't got nothing to do with this, they gonna have to be casualties in it. Not only blow up the dealer's house, but blow up the whole goddamn block to curb the drug trafficking that's going on. So they say. The white man is a murderous beast, man. Go bomb a whole country to stop the migration and the drug coming through. That's the white man's answer for everything. Just kill it. Just kill it. Just blow it up. Just blow it up. And then take all the riches. So while you blowing up and bombing the country, let's take their leader. Let's take all their riches. And matter of fact, forget it. We'll just run it. Because that's what he said. We're gonna run it and we're gonna run it better. Oh man, a white man is the devil. That's the title of this class. The oppressor is the devil. Then, now, and forever. From back in way before times to now. And we're gonna get it once we bring out some of these scriptures, man. That is insane. All right. Trump at the Trump administration built up pressure against Nicolas Maduro, the Venezuelan leader, and his Slocky. But on Saturday, as Mr. Trump discussed the pre-dawn attack on Venezuela that led to the capture of his leader, it was evident that the president's long-time fixation on oil was a driving factor in his decision to greenlight the mission. So he was already fixated on this oil, what this article was saying. He was he was fixated. He was, oh, I gotta get this oil. We gotta get this oil. Imagine if I just got back, even when he was out of office back in 2023. You know what? When I get back in office, we should take this oil. We should take the oil. That's what he's saying. We should just take this oil. Imagine if we took the oil. The white man is a greedy beast, man. I'm telling you. And that's what this article is saying. The president and his top, okay, Slacky. It keeps on popping me back up, so Slacky. We're going to be taking out a tremendous amount of wealth out of the ground, Mr. Trump told reporters as he celebrated the seizure of Maduro, promising that American companies will be able to tap more of Venezuela's vast oil reserves, because that's all he wants. He just wants the oil. It was never about drugs. It was never about drugs. It was never about migration. Hell, y'all let all the Ukrainians in. You know how many Chinese agents are here from China? How many Ukrainian agents are here? How many Russian agents are here? But y'all worry about Venezuela? Why? Because y'all had an ulterior motive to take the oil, and that's all it's been about. It's all about seizing their riches. It's all about seizing that oil. They can give a care less that them bombs dropping innocent people was in the way of it. We ain't had nothing to do with Venezuela. But you had to, or the fishermen who weren't coming in selling drugs, just kill them. Just kill him. The white man is the devil, then, now, and forever, man. I'm gonna continue saying that, man, because this article is true from what he's saying. So he was sitting there fixating about getting the oil from when he was out of office. Imagine we could get that oil. What that would mean for us. Yeah, let's just go in the country and just blow up everything. All right. The money made, he said, would go not only to the people of Venezuela, but also to American oil companies. Now, he's lying. They just went and bombed Venezuela. Now, why would they turn around and be like, yeah, this money gonna go to y'all? You killed Venezuelans to what? That's how, like, think about that. Imagine if somebody came and blew up your house to steal, I don't know, your air fryer. And then they take the air fryer, say, we're going to use it, and we're going to give you the money that we're going to sell for this air fryer. After they didn't blew up your whole house. They came, destroyed everything in your house, wrecked your TV, broke your PS5, your Xbox. And what they really wanted to take, they're going to take it. And they said, what, we just go to the people that we stole from, that we blew up, and we had to, blow up the whole country for. And the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And this article is straight up about that. This article is straight up. It's like, but let's go ahead. And to the United States of America in the form of reimbursement for the damages caused us by that country. What? So he's saying that the money is gonna go back to us by the damages that was caused by Venezuela. What goddamn damages did Venezuela do to us? I don't even want to say us, to the United States, that y'all just literally enacted on them. They didn't drop any bombs over here, not yet. But you saying that it's going back to the United States for what? What y'all need reimbursement for? You just came over here and bombed the country, killed God knows how many people in the process to only take their oil reserves. And now you're saying you're going to give them a penny, if that? And the thing is, what history's showing itself, the oppressor is a liar. He's a liar. So who's to say that he even going to give them anything? The only thing he might give them is what he said right here. We're going to make them pay. Almost equivalent to what he said about building a wall on the border of Mexico and making Mexicans pay for it, making the people of Mexico pay for it. This is the same energy in this. We gonna get reimbursed by the damages that Venezuela caused us. What damn damages? Let's keep going. There was a little immediate clarity as to how the White House envisions the United States profiting from Venezuela's oil. Again, going back to they dreaming about it. They, man, if we had this oil, how much money we can make. If we had this oil, ooh, imagine all the money. Imagine it. And if you're wondering now, that's why in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, this is why we say that this kingdom has to go. It has to. It can't stay the way how it is with you got leaders like this. And it's every leader like this who is sitting there like, man, how can we destroy somebody? How can we kill, steal, and destroy? How can we kill people by dropping them bombs, steal the oil rigs, and destroy a nation of people by taking their leader and his wife? Like, what the hell the wife got to do with it? But they gonna try to list them both as narco dealers when it's been no drug dealing whatsoever, and it's gonna come out. It's all about the oil. But because the white man is such a lustful and greedy bastard, all he can think about is the riches, the money, and we don't care. We don't care who dies, what happens in the process. We just need to get what we need. And that's why we always say in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, since 1969, while your Christian church was trying to dispel us, while your fake Hebrew Israelite groups were trying to let in Africans and white people, we've been saying that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right. And we can say that because we not bought and paid for like your Christian church and your fake Israelite groups and your Muslim mosque. We're not doing this for a check. We're doing this for the truth and the salvation of our people. Because once our people start to realize that the white man is really the devil that the Bible speaks of, we'll start to pull back. We'll start to remove ourselves from this country. Not literally. That don't mean run to Africa. Africans don't love you. But then we'll start to see that all the lies he told us that we were African, that you're not the children of Israel. Some white child dealer in our land in Israel, he's the chosen people. While they're over there dealing on kids, I'm trying to keep this PG. Then we'll start to pull back. Then our people start to pull back. Then blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans can come together once again, not torn apart by a language barrier, by gangs, by economic, social class. Is that even like we all poor? It might be a few of us that's rich, but we all poor, even the ones that's rich. You hear them all the time. What it always comes out. All everything that they be trying to do is replicating our oppressor, and they always get caught off for it. What Tyler Perry did, I ain't saying what he did was right. What Tyler Perry did, you would be shocked to hear what a lot of these city councilmen, these political figures, these high-end actors and celebrities, what they do. You know what I mean? What P. Diddy did. Not saying that what he did was right, but you would be shocked to hear what your favorite actor does. They and the thing is, the reason why we get caught for it is because the laws pertain to us. Not just the laws here in the United States, but the laws of the Bible saying that we can't do it. And when we do it, guess what? We fail at it. You wondering why every time you try to steal something, you always getting caught. You try to do some type of criminal, you always getting caught and caught up, and your whole gang getting RICO cases. Maybe you might want to ask yourself, I can't be like Luciano and Al Capone and all the mafiosos. Because you are a black man, Hispanic man, and Native American man. You are a horrible criminal. You're not a gangbanger. You are a horrible gangbanger. You're terrible at it. That's why you always get caught, because it wasn't for us to be like that. We are the children of God, which is why when we try to be like the heathen, it always fails. You ever thought about that? You always wonder why, man. Every time, I got a blunt in the car, I get pulled over and I'm sentenced for 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, because you're not supposed to be smoking a blunt. You're not supposed to be doing that. The white man, he can have kilos and ounces all up in his car. They'll still let him go because he doesn't seem like he's harmful, but you wear a hoodie and you get gunned down. You go into the gas station and they want to follow you all around like you gonna steal something, when literally they come over here and they steal millions from the government. And it's not just the Africans, every race does it. The Chinese come over here. They want to talk about Hispanics, coming over here not having a green card. It's a Chinese restaurant in every goddamn hood, and they don't even be understanding English. You ever go into a Chinese restaurant and all they say is $2.99 shrimp fried rice? Where's their green card at? Where's ICE busting down these Chinese restaurants and they got 15 family members over there and they sending the money back over there to China? What about these gas stations? Y'all thinking that, you know, what's his name? What Habibi? He my homie. Yeah, I say assalamu alaikum to him, and sometimes he might say it back, and he don't even give you the full salute. He laughing at you because he know that you ain't them. Even when you try to get in their culture, you're not them. You're not him. You know what I mean? We looking at them like they all this in a bag of change, and we trying to be like them. Where's their green card at? Why they sending it back to India and Saudi Arabia and over there? Where are their green cards? The hell you go tell me? Every gas station in the hood got some type of East Indian working there, and they for some reason always got chicken there. What the hell? What the hell do they know about frying chicken? They don't even know how to have proper hygiene. But that's besides the point. Back to this article, man. Um, Salakia. Okay, so there was immediate clarity as to how the White House envisions the United States profiting from Venezuelans' oil. Analysts warn that large increases to the country's oil production could take years and tens of billions of dollars in spending. But Mr. Trump indicated that the country's oil wealth was a key factor not only in his decision to attack, but also in pledging that the United States would run Venezuela for the foreseeable future. That's crazy work right there. That's crazy work. Let me repeat that for y'all. But Mr. Trump indicated that his country's oil wealth was a key factor not only in his decision to attack, but also in pledging that the United States would run Venezuela for the foreseeable future. All right, so like it's I'm not laughing because it's funny, but I'm laughing because it's insane to me that somebody can just go take everything and then say we gonna run it. We run it better. We run it better. What the hell does the United States run better other than them still stealing, killing, and destroying? What do they run better? What? Tell me one thing that they do. They steal everything. They murder everybody. They kill everything walking if it's not in the spirit of the United States. What does the United States do better? Nothing. And the people running the United States will not do a better job at running Venezuela. When you see that red, white, and blue and them stars and them stripes, that means run. That is a flag of death. And Black man, Hispanic man, and Native American man, we can start to separate ourselves from this world. This world. Because this is all that our oppressor knows is the United States. And once their world starts to crumble, we will be free, man. We will be free. Side note, if we stop doing the things that really degrade us, celebrating these holidays, that everybody gets depressed around the holidays. And you sitting there and looking back and you done lost this person, your mom died, your friend got shot, your sister caught this and she passed away. And it's always around the holiday. Like on a day like this is just Monday. You ain't thinking about it. But on Christmas, you gotta have everybody at that table. On New Year's, you gotta have everybody around so that can ensure that everybody going into the new year. If we start to separate just by not celebrating these holidays, by putting the blunt down, by stop putting your spirit in America and trusting this place, then the Most High is gonna have our back. Because what you seeing right now with Trump going into Venezuela, I hate to burst your bubble, but it's biblical prophecy. You can't find this in your Quran. You can find a man marrying a kid in the Quran, but in this Bible, it's saying, and this is me paraphrasing, it's going to be wars and rumors of wars. All this is setting a little spark, which is going to eventually, make blow up into a fire. That's all this is doing. What you seeing right now is nothing new. It's nothing new under the sun, as the Bible says. I'm paraphrasing. And that's the name of that's why I named my class The Oppressor is the Devil, then, now, and forever. He'll always be the same. He'll always be wicked. And you seeing that right now what he did to Venezuela by going in there, killing, destroying, and saying, we gonna run it now. Now it's ours. We gonna run it because we can do a better job. When the United States, the United States, the only thing that they can do is make you the worst version of yourself. Make you a horrible person of yourself. All right. Do. It won't cost us anything because the money coming out of the ground is very substantial. And Mr. Trump said, adding that we're going to get reimbursed for everything that we spend. So they're going to get all that money back for whatever they spent to go over there, stealing from their oil reserves. It's not the United States. They took over them. That's like somebody coming into your house, you know, flipping over your couch, punching holes in your walls, ripping your TV off the mount, breaking your PlayStation, just to get just to get some flour, just to get some jewelry, and then coming back and saying, you know what? Now that I got this, I'm gonna run your household. That's how demonic this devil is. That's how demonic the white man is, man. For you to come and do that and then turn around and say it's mine now. That is demonic for you to do that. Now it's ours. And only in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, because anybody can read this article and they might not think twice about it. They might think it is what it is. But we know as priests and prophets of the Lord that everything in this article is demonic. Everything. I'm reading this and I'm like, geez. That's why, like, I ain't never just had to like stop and be like, golly. And I read this, I read this before, you know, and reading it again is just as crazy as when I first saw it. All right. Mr. Trump said, adding that, okay, so I already read that. Venezuela has about 17% of the world's known oil reserves, or more than 300 billion barrels, more than any other country, but its production is only 1% of the world in total. Before Venezuela nationalized its oil industry in 1976, companies like Exxon, Mobil, and Gulf Oil were major players. The country reopened its oil industry to foreign drillers in the 1990s. But Hugo Chavez, Mr. Maduro's predecessor, began another phrase, this keeps on going out, began another phrase of nationalization in 2007. U.S. oil giants like ExxonMobil and ConocoPhillips claimed that they were owed billions of dollars in compensation because their operations were seized. All right. That history feeds the Trump administration's contention. All right. That Venezuela stole oil from the United States. So now they trying to put in something like Venezuela stole all this from us. This is ours to begin with. Right. And a lot of people that's watching right now, stay tuned for when Commander General Johanna goes live, because he gonna really break down everything that I'm saying. I'm just giving you Trump's motive as to why he even did it in the first place. All right. Uh, an argument that the White House seemingly increased that the White House increasingly made in weeks leading up to the Saturday's attack. Stephen Miller, the senior Trump advisor central to the president's immigration crackdown, posted on social media that American sweat, ingenuity, and toil were created. America's sweat, ingenuity, and toil created the oil industry in Venezuela. So now they're trying to take credit for the oil over there by saying it was ours to begin with, so we could come back and take it. Basically, that's basically what they're saying. They saying it was ours, and we're going to come back and we're going to take it. All right. If you remember, they took all of our energy rights. They took all of our oil from not that long ago, Mr. Trump said last month, and we want it back. So now they going to get their oil. Now they saying it's theirs. First it was the drugs, right? They didn't care about this. Now keep in mind, if it was theirs to begin with, they would have got it back a long time ago. But as we read in this article, Trump was sitting up there like, man, if we got this oil, man, we will be making billions. If we got this oil, we can make billions. And just like the white man, they'll change up anything to fit their motive. It don't matter. White people will make Trayvon Martin dying a good thing. Well, he was wearing a hoodie. Well, he should never been out on that side of the night. Well, he was feeling bad. White people will make justification for anything if it fits their narrative. They'll change up the goddamn story. The story can be the chicken crossed the road, but if it needs to fit the white man's narrative, the chicken never crossed the road. The road was never there. The chicken died from unknown causes. He never got hit. You know what I mean? Like, this is insane to me. Now they changing up the narrative saying that it was ours to begin with. If it was theirs to begin with, don't you think a simple treaty would have just fixed that? Hey, listen, it's been decades and decades. We want our oil back. Let's make the trade, blah, 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 blah. But no, they went up in there, blew up a country, tried to say it was drugs, while really, in Trump's mind, they really wanted the oil for money. Tried to say it was drugs, kidnapped the leader, the president. If it was y'all's, did y'all have to do all that? Think about that. Something is not right. As our oppressor says, something smells fishy here. All right, something is not right. All right. Laying claim to other countries' oil has long been a fixture in Mr. Trump's rhetoric. I've been saying it for years. Take the oil, he told the New York Times in 2016. All right, so that proves my point more. In 2016, he was saying, man, we need to take this oil. He didn't say, hey, listen, we got oil over there, that's ours. Now they trying to make this claim that it's theirs. I didn't listen. In this whole story, we done heard three things. It was drugs. Well, two things. It was drugs. All right. No, yeah, three things: drugs, immigration. Now they saying it's theirs. What is it gonna be? What is it gonna be? What is it gonna be, man? Y'all saying it's everything, but it's not you all's. It's not yours. If you remember, okay, laying claim to another country's oil has long been a fixture. I've been saying it for years. Take the oil, he told the New York Times in 2016. When asked how his strategy to fight the Islamic State in the Middle East would differ from President Barack Obama's approach, as the Trump administration increased its pressure on Maduro during the last year, oil was not initially central to its public rationale. Instead, the White House focused on claims that Mr. Maduro has directed drug trafficking and gang members who migrated to the United States. Here we go again. They right back to it. They can't make it. Hey, Mr. White Man, make up your mind and pick up a story. Pick a story. Now you're saying it's drug and migration. Then you said it was y'all's to begin with. What is it going to be, man? What is it going to be? Y'all just keep on changing on the drop of a dime. Y'all changing. Think about that. Ain't that about it? Imagine that. If somebody break into your house, well, man, if I broke into his house and took his TV, man, I'd be rich. Then they break into your house and they say, well, you had your TV up. Like, this is the excuses that they're giving. Well, you had your TV up too long. You don't deserve to have a TV. And matter of fact, I'm going to take your TV and I'm going to use your TV better than you because you had the TV up when you didn't have it. Then they said, well, you don't know how to use your TV. You never use it. I should give it to me. And then turn around and say, it was my TV to begin with. It was my TV. That's the rationale of this nation of people, man. They make no sense and they'll change their narrative if it needs to fit theirs. Which is why Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we need to stop joining up with these people. Because what do? We compromise ourselves. Now you're LGBTQ because some white man told you it's okay to be gay. Who told us it was okay to be gay? No black person came out the womb like, no, you had to, and they put it in everything. They put it in the children commercials, the children cartoons, on the cereal, on the Facebook, and then they tried to make it seem like, well, if you come out gay, man, we got to celebrate you. Round of applause. What do they call it? Coming out the closet? Coming out of a place? So you saying that if you're not gay, you still in the closet. That means you got to come out. Coming out the closet mean that you escaping. Like, even the phrase sounds crazy. But that's what happens when we follow this people. They change the narrative on a drop of a dime, then turn around with, who all of the white men that's in power right now. Then they turn around and guess what? They try to your president is gay. I mean, let me just put it like that. I mean, it came out that he was gay. Like, I mean, that's it on that, man. Any white man that try to sit up here and he's heterosexual, I mean, your president is gay, which is why we don't need to keep running and joining with these people. We are literally losing ourselves trying to be with the white man. Our women are changing their natural uses. Our men are changing our natural uses. And then they turn around and say, we don't even like y'all to begin with. Now this is why I'm glad that everything is going on with the Republican Party and the Turning Point USA, because now black people are starting to see that white people are racist. They hate niggas. They do. It might be some white people out there that ain't as bad, but here's the whole statement. If two snakes showed up to your door tomorrow, one was venomous and one wasn't, but they look just alike, are you gonna see? No, you ain't even gonna trust it. You ain't even gonna open up the door. And that's how you should take caution with every white person. It might not be white people that's as bad as other white people, but you still got to take precaution around them because they still are the devil that the Bible speaks of, and they are the forefathers of the devil. All right, they are of their father, the devil, and their forefathers are devils. All right. Let me go ahead and go. Um, the White House focused on claims that Mr. Maduro had directed drug trafficking and gang members who migrated to the United States, some of which have been disputed by Mr. Trump's own intelligence agencies. Wow, they even said that that's not even freaking true, dude. You just making up your own narrative to try to go after these people. And then everybody's finding out. I'm glad that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans slowly but surely are waking up and recognizing that white people are the devil that the Bible speaks of. Charlie Kirk, hey, listen, I'm glad what Charlie Kirk did because now he's showing you niggas, he's showing even the Uncle Toms that white people don't even like the Uncle Toms. That's what I'm glad. Even the Uncle Toms can't even get into a Turner Point USA convention. I'm glad. I'm so glad. When Mr. Trump said in March that he would impose tariffs on countries that buy Venezuelan oil, he said he was doing it because he claimed Venezuela had purposely and deceitfully sent murderers and the people of very violent nature to the United States. But you got the Ukrainians over here, you got the Chinese over here, you got this is why I gotta laugh at this. To everybody that's watching right now, everybody heard of some called, I don't know, 9/11? The people who the people who did 9/11, the nation of people who did 9/11 are in the United States. The people who Allah Akbar and they blew up a building, they're here. But apparently Venezuela got the most dangerous people. But you got literally a nation of freaking terrorists that lives here that at any moment they everywhere. They at the gas stations, they at them knockoff stores, like them stores that be selling all the designer stuff. They run them. I went to a mall in Maryville, Indiana. They got these Indians selling designer clothes. We go up in there and I'm just like, oh man, look, they got this. They got all the name brand Christian Dior and Chrome Hearts. I go up in there, she looked me dead in my eye. 200 for what 200 per shirt and pants. So $400 for something that's obviously a knockoff. Y'all made it yourselves, and y'all up in here trying to sell. And not only that, why don't y'all sell y'all clothes? Why y'all gotta sell black people's clothes, right? Clothes that that black people will want to wear. And the Bible says we the salt of the earth. That's the only reason they gonna make money. They ain't coming over here selling no hijabs, no kufis. They ain't selling that. They ain't selling no the long dresses that they be wearing. They ain't selling that. No, they gotta appeal to niggas because they know that this is the culture that we gonna try to imitate. We gonna try to take from them, and we don't want to give nothing to them. Which is why they all up in the hood. They can't pull the same nonsense. All the K2, all the Lucy's, they can't do that in the white neighborhood. They can't do that. And it's more drug addicts in the white neighborhoods than in the black neighborhoods. In the white neighborhoods, you're dealing with white people that's on fentanyl, opioids. They got little hobo camps. Hobo camps. They be squatting in houses. You got way more drug addicts, and they be dying of it. And then they say it's a war on fentanyl. How about you encouraging people not to take it? Put the people who take fentanyl in jail. That'll encourage other potential Fenty heads from doing it. Like what this article just said, man. He said that they sent a very murderous and deceitful people over here to the United States. Yet you got the Arabs over here, the people who literally drove a plane into a building. The what do they call that? The most tragic incident to happen in the United States. Yet the Arabs are over here peacefully. They own all the gas stations, the crispy chickens, the sick goals, all of this. They selling your cousin K2, man. They oh, forget about the hair stores. They run the hair stores. The Chinese, the Lebanese, all of them. They run to all these places. And what do they always try to appeal to? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Go do that in the white neighborhoods, man. Go give Betty her I don't know, the 1950s. Sell them wigs. Because they're not gonna allow you to do that stuff, man. They not. But black people, um we are the most friendliest race of people on earth. Because how the hell can you do everything that you could do to black people for 400 years, 500, 600 years, however much we coming upon it for that long of time, and we still turn around, we join your Christianity, we marry your women, and then we turn around and nobody's trying to even get reparations. Whatever the FBA is doing, the Foundational Black, they are a bunch of Christians, man. If you're thinking that this race of people is gonna turn around and all the atrocities that they do to us daily, you think they go give you some money? Are you stupid? They'll give some Ukrainians money before you. They'll give Chinese monies before you. Because the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And guess what? Them being racist is how Donald Trump even got into office. Because white people felt like our country was coming back. Our country's going to be great again. The white man, what did JD Vance said? You're not going to be ashamed of being white. And now they coming out with all types of um lawsuits where white people can literally apply to get paid compensation if they felt like they've been getting discriminated against. They just said to hell with DEI and all the programs that allow people to come in. But guess what? The white man was able to get his position because of DEI, because they looked at him and they said, he's got the right image for the job. He looks good for the job. We can use him. He looks like he knows what he's talking about. That's DEI. That's DEI. If it wasn't for you being white, you wouldn't have gotten a job. How many of these doctors and all these scholars and everything been caught up on doctoring their papers? They not even certified. They cheated. They was too busy in college getting white boy wasted, and they paid the Chinese dude to do their work, and now they surgeons and doctors and technologists and engineers when they don't know what the hell they're doing. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. Let's see. He said he was okay. But behind the scenes, Times reported the future of Venezuela's oil was central to Mr. Trump's deliberations as early as last spring. So I'm gonna drop that. That's enough of these articles. We coming up on the time here. So let me go ahead and get into these scriptures to really show you what the Bible says about our oppressor. All right. Ye are of your father, the devil. This is the book of John, chapter 8 and verse 44, by the way, Salaki. Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. The lust of your father you will do. Let's keep going. He was a murderer from the beginning, which is why every time when it comes to them really wanting something, they're just kill and destroy for it. They want the oil from Venezuela. Instead of making a trade or trying to sign this treaty or whatever to get this, we'll just blow up, take the leader, kill casualties, and we'll take over and run it. And abode not in the truth. He doesn't know the truth. He is a liar. What I just read in that article, Trump went from saying that it was because of immigration and drugs to then saying it was ours. And then it was coming out that his own agencies said that that wasn't even true what he was saying. It wasn't because of drugs. They weren't sending violent people over here. You just wanted to go over there and take the oil, and then it comes out that back in a decade ago, he was already talking about getting the oil. So now they're trying to change up the narrative to say it was ours. It was us. It was because of us why we got it. It was ours. So now we can take it back. And then on top of that, you guys are bringing over drugs, and then you're bringing over immigration, dangerous criminals. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. But let me go ahead and continue. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. He's speaking of his own. For he is a liar and the father of it, which is why they can change the narrative at a drop of a dime if it fits them, if it fits white people's narrative. All right. Let me get the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy. Never trust these people. As you can see, Trump literally went in three narratives. He said it was because of this and that, and because of this. He then went back and forth and said that, you know what? It was actually ours. You know what? It's because y'all was bringing in drugs. You know what? It's because y'all was sending in dangerous people. All because you can't trust your enemy. For as iron rusteth, iron rusting is a natural thing. All right, it's a chemical breakdown of metal. You ever seen a car over time? It's gonna get iron. I mean, it's go rust. Any metal is going to rust. Like iron rusteth, which is a natural thing. So it's his wickedness. His wickedness is a natural thing. It's natural in him to be a liar, to be a murderer, to be a deceiver. All right. So that's what these scriptures are saying, man. All right. So with that, I am Priest and Officer of 50, Bonnie Yah, coming at y'all with another early class. Lord allow, I'll be doing this for the foreseeable future. And not like Trump saying he gonna run Venezuela for the foreseeable future, man. All right. So, um, it- thank you for the water for all the brothers and sisters, tuning in. I know this is an early one. Y'all probably still at the slave, whatever the case may be. The water for joining the brother tonight. You know what I mean? Like, sharing, and comment on this. Most importantly, pay your tithes, pay your tithes, pay your tithes. And with that, that's my time. Shalom.